You wake up, and before your eyes fully open, you already feel behind. Not behind on a task, not behind on a deadline, behind on your entire life. Like everyone else somehow got the instructions, and you missed them. Like time is moving faster for you than for everyone else. Like no matter how much you do, it is never enough. You are never enough. If you know that feeling, this video was made for you. Because that feeling has a name, it has a cause, and it can be understood. Most people think feeling behind is about time management. Do more, move faster, stop wasting time. But that is not what this is. Feeling perpetually behind is not a productivity problem. It is a perception problem. Psychologists describe this as a chronic state of temporal self-appraisal distortion, where your brain consistently measures your current position against an imagined timeline and finds you failing every single time. Not because you are failing, because the timeline your brain is comparing you to was never real. It was built from other people's highlight reels, social expectations, and a version of success someone else defined for you before you were old enough to question it. This feeling does not appear from nowhere. For most people, it started young. A parent who compared you to a sibling, a teacher who ranked you against your classmates, a culture that told you exactly where you should be by exactly what age. Married by 30, successful by 35, settled by 40. These invisible timelines were installed in you before you had the ability to reject them. And now, decades later, your brain still runs that original program, measuring you, judging you, finding you behind. Psychologists call this an internalized social clock, a deeply embedded belief about when life milestones should happen. And when your life doesn't match that clock, your brain registers it as failure, even when you are doing remarkably well. Then social media made it worse. Because now you don't just compare yourself to people around you, you compare yourself to everyone. The 25-year-old with the startup, the 28-year-old with the house, the 30-year-old who looks like they have already figured out everything you haven't. Psychologist Leon Festinger called this social comparison theory, the natural human tendency to evaluate ourselves through comparison with others. But here is what he also found. We almost always compare our insides to other people's outsides. Your private doubts, your hidden struggles, your 3 a.m. fears, against their public wins, their curated moments, their best performances. It is a comparison that can never be fair, and your brain runs it automatically, hundreds of times a day. Here is the truth nobody says out loud. There is no timeline. The ages by which you should have achieved things are completely invented. Psychologist Erik Erikson mapped the stages of human psychological development, and none of them come with a deadline. None of them say, figure this out by 30 or you have failed. The people you think are ahead of you are running a race that does not exist, on a track that was never built, toward a finish line that moves every time someone gets close. You cannot be behind in a race no one officially started. And yet your brain insists you're losing it every single day. When feeling behind becomes a permanent state, it stops being a feeling. It becomes an identity. You stop saying, I feel behind, and you start saying, I am behind. And that shift from feeling to being is where real damage happens. Because now your brain organizes every experience through that identity. Good things feel temporary. Achievements feel insufficient. Progress feels invisible. You finish something hard, and instead of feeling proud, you immediately think about everything still undone. Psychologists call this the arrival fallacy, the discovery that reaching a goal brings no lasting relief, because the feeling of being behind was never about the goal. It was about the identity. And identities don't change just because circumstances do. People who feel perpetually behind share a specific set of cognitive distortions, mental patterns that feed the feeling constantly. The first is called mental filtering. Your brain takes everything you haven't done and makes it the only thing you can see, while filtering out everything you have done. The second is catastrophic forecasting, telling yourself that being at this point right now permanently determines where you end up. The third, and most damaging, is the moving goalpost. Every time you reach a milestone, the goalpost moves further. You finish one degree, you need another. You hit one income level, the next one becomes the standard. You achieve the goal and immediately discount it. These three patterns working together create a brain that is physically incapable of feeling caught up, no matter what you achieve. So how do you stop feeling behind in a race that isn't real? Step 1. Identify whose timeline you are running on. Write down the age-based beliefs your brain holds. Where did each one come from? A parent, a culture, a comparison? None of them are yours until you consciously choose them. Step 2. Replace comparison with self-referential measurement. Stop asking, "Am I ahead of them?" Start asking, "Am I ahead of who I was 6 months ago?" That is the only comparison your brain is actually qualified to make accurately. Step 3. Interrupt the moving goalpost. Before your brain moves the goalpost again, force it to fully register what was just accomplished. Write it down. Say it out loud. Let it land before chasing the next thing. Your brain learns what you teach it. And right now, you have been teaching it that nothing is ever enough. You can teach it something else. Starting today, you are not behind. You are running a race someone else designed, on a timeline someone else invented, towards a destination someone else chose for you. The moment you stop running their race, you realize you were never behind at all. If this opened something in you, the next video goes deeper into exactly why your brain resists believing that. It is on your screen right now. Watch it.